From Fox 55 Sports, this is The Locker Room.
Welcome back. Final time here in the locker room tonight alongside Peter Hudd. I'm Justin Prince. Thanks for sticking around. Pete, we were hoping to have some hockey highlights in the locker room tonight.
We sure were, yeah.
Sadly, it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, and the Komets played until the week before Memorial Day last year. This year, the season ends before the calendar can even turn to May. The K's, of course, were bounced by the Toledo Walleye in the first round of the playoffs earlier this week. In many ways, a fitting end to a frustrating season. We saw a ton of roster turnover, a ton of trades, some injuries, and a team that never really seemed to mesh. As a result, the Komets finished with their lowest regular season point total and earliest postseason exit since the 2012-13 campaign. And no punches have been pulled in the aftermath. Despite making the playoffs for a sixth straight year, everyone in the organization is calling this season a disappointment. They've also called it a learning experience. And when looking ahead to building next year's team, there was one word that kept coming up at yesterday's jersey auction.
Character has to be the top of the priority. Character and getting guys to play for one another is really the understatement of everything. You can have on paper all the talent you want, but putting it all together and get it to play for one another for the right reasons, that's a whole other challenge. That's a challenge that faces every coach at every level.
We've got to do a better job. We've got to make sure that the players we bring in want to win no matter what. And that's the kind of player we want in this town. We're not here for the personal goals. We're here for the team objective, which will be, again, next year, win a championship. That's our goal every year.
We showed how good of a team we had. We know the pieces we had in the locker room were good pieces. And, there was a lot of inconsistency this year. And, I think the guys got to look in the mirror a lot this summer and figure out, if they want to play for stats or play for the team. And, I think we just got to focus on bringing in the right guys next year that want to win a championship.
We're definitely motivated. I think, in this city, in this town, and these fans, that's always the motivation here is how great it would be to win. And, I think, like I said earlier, I think things are looking good for this team next year.
Yeah, so character, again, is the word that kept coming up. It wasn't a talent thing this year for this group. It was a chemistry thing, according to the guys you talked to yesterday.
Yeah, and and a lot of the guys seemed to like the pieces they had, especially near the end of the season.
Yeah.
It was that middle stretch of the year when they really seemed to have some problems. But down the stretch, they seemed like they found a good way to play some good hockey. It was just they hadn't played together all year long. So looking forward to seeing what the summer brings. I know they're still trying to get that affiliation nailed down again for next year, so we'll see what happens.
And like you said, they found some good young pieces at the end of the year. So
Indeed.
Looking forward to next year.